is going to be at the Right Club merch show at the Hideout, as well as our next show at the Cates for Fillet Solo on the 19th. What? And she's an awesome blogger. PopGoesAlicia. Check it out. It is amazing. You will love it like a milkshake. Alicia Swizz. Come on now!
Oh, there's no mic. I was all ready to, but good, because I definitely don't need a mic. How you guys doing? Sounds good out here. How about Amy? In case you guys don't know, Amy Sumpter, Miss Sumpter, get nasty, is in a Beastie Boys cover band, all-girl Beastie Boys cover band. She's crafty. Yeah, I'm gonna plug her, because she probably won't plug herself. January 18th, where's the show at, Amy?
Underground Lounge.
Underground Lounge, January 18th. She's crafty. Beastie Boys fans, anyone? Hey, little hip-hop fans. I'm a big fan of hip-hop myself, and I listen to my iPod Shuffle a lot. Not my iPod on Shuffle. I actually have the iPod Shuffle that was out for a minute. It's this big, and it's really exciting because it doesn't have a screen. So you don't know what's going to come on there, and if anyone's like me and you've had the same iTunes collection for the past 15 years, it pretty much runs the gamut. So for me, it's either old school hip hop or pop singer-songwriters of the 15 to 22 age range. And I get so into music that when I'm walking down the street, if a really good song comes on, I have to sing it, and I take the CTA all the time, so I'll be sitting next to someone on the CTA, and all of a sudden I'll be like, here we go, yo, so what's the scenario? And people are like, what are you talking about? I just get so overwhelmed by it, and it just happens like that. I was walking down the street the other day, and a guy by the name of John Mayer came on my iPod. I don't know any John Mayer fans in the house. There was a time. You were all there with me, early 2000s. I was in college. And I used to have a huge crush on John Mayer. So much so that I got asked to do a show where I had to tell a shameful story. And that was the story I told about my crush on John Mayer, because I actually have a journal filled with tidbits of how much I loved him, and some of the classics include where have all the creative people gone, and why can't I meet a boy like him, and I want to be somebody's wonderland. And of course now we all know that was I was on the right course there with John Mayer, because he turned out to be such a gem and lover of the ladies. But that's part. I'm not great at the dating, believe it or not. Mainly because to date you have to get to know people, and I'm not really interested in getting to know people. I mean, right? You're single, huh? You're why? I have to go out and talk to them and find out what they're interested in. Chances are they're gonna suck. It's not my first rodeo, 34 years old, still single. My grandmother. Anyone out there have a grandma?
Oh yeah.
We got some grandma people in the house. My grandmother thinks it's because I'm a feminist, or a man-hater, as she likes to call it, and she thinks that guys can tell this ahead of time because of my tattoos, which she equates with, why would you put a bumper sticker on a Rolls Royce? I know it's flattering, because I'm like the Rolls Royce, but I take the bus everywhere, so I don't really. Speaking of taking the bus, I mean, there's so much to say. I've only been in Chicago for 2 years, and I'm I'm not going to do CTA humor. Everyone's heard it before. You're on the bus, it's annoying. People don't know how to move back, For me, it's funny because I always watch the white people on the bus, and I literally saw this woman today, this, maybe middle-aged white woman, and I'm not gonna lie, she was in a designer tracksuit with some enormous bag that probably had a lot of pills in it. And she's walking towards, and it's crowded on the bus, and she literally looks, because the front's crowded, and God bless her, because she actually made it to the back, which most people, they just stop, no, I'm not going any further, these people can walk around me. So she's headed, and she sees that there's no seats, and that she's gonna have to take that step stool climb to the next level of the bus, and she literally goes, and drags her body up through these 2 steps. It was horrifying. I mean, I felt for her. I continued to sit in my seat. But what I find what's so hard about the buses, and maybe you guys can help me with this, but like, how do you not get involved? Like, I want to get involved with people on the bus. You know, like, for example, there was like a kid the other day just sitting there to the left of me, and I was standing. And like an older person got on the bus, and this kid was like, I don't know, 12, 13. And he didn't do anything, you know? So I wanted to give him one of these like elbows and be like, hey, kid, get up. There's an old person, you know, you have to do that. But I am short of stature, and you know, kids these days, I don't know, like he could have like risen out of his seat and pulled some crazy stuff on me, so I didn't say anything, but I did kind of like burn holes in the back of his head. Also didn't work. So yeah, and speaking of kids too, I saw this girl on the bus the other day. Like, it's winter right now, we're getting there, which, I mean, today, not really, 'cause it's like 56 degrees or something outside, right? Sorry about the polar bears, but I'm wearing a dress, you know? So, I know, it is, it's sad. But, you know, they're making all that money off those Coke commercials, so they probably got like a nice setup. You know, they're good. Saw this little girl get on the bus just yesterday, and she gets on the bus, she's all bundled up, but her whole face is exposed, you know? And she's got that look of just like sheer pain from being in the elements, you know? And you know how kids are, they're not always like socially aware. And this girl was like looking right at me as she came on the bus, and she was just like, and then all of a sudden, I think it was like the battle with the elements, but what it looked like was this internal battle for like a demon over her soul that started happening on her face, you know, as like the cold was wearing off, you know, and your like senses come back, and she was just like, and she started like convulsing, and the whole time she's just looking right at me. So if you ever wondered if I'm a witch, I think it's true. That's a good segue. Hey, speaking of being a witch, I was at the holiday club with my friend Amy Sumter. Miss Sumter, if you're nasty, we like to dance. And we were cutting the rug. First of all, Amy lives a block away from me and literally tweeted like, I want to go dancing. And it was like 9:35 p.m. and I was literally already cuddled up on Saturday night. And I was like, let's go to the holiday club. Like 20 minutes we were there. And we're having an awesome time. And I'm not so up on like today's music, you know? Like I'm a creature of habit. I just listen to city music over and over again. But you know, some things get in, you know, like Taylor Swift and Adele, you know? So we're dancing, having a good time. And like the next song comes on and I'm dancing and Amy stops and she's like, whoa, I think this is Chris Brown. And I was like, whoa. This body does not dance to Chris Brown. And so we're like having this moment, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this, because people around us are dancing, and I just went, oh, in the middle of the dance floor. I did, exactly, just like that, without the crotch shot, because I was wearing pants. But I kid you not, 30 seconds later, power went out. In the entire holiday club. And people kind of sat there, like quiet for a minute, and Amy and I like looked at each other, you know, and we had our own. And we were like, fuck Chris Brown! Fuck Chris Brown! The whole place started chanting it, the music comes back on, and the DJ changed the song. So, right? Yeah. Because, you know, I love my girls, like Rihanna, you know, I love my girls. Speaking of pop music though, anybody here know Erykah Badu? Any fans of Erykah Badu in the house? Yeah, a little bit? Because the show's not going to work if you don't know her song. We're trying to do it. But Erykah Badu, amazing neo-soul singer-songwriter, hip-hop lover, if you will. She recently became a doula. Anyone here know what a doula is? Yeah. Hey, pop culture and feminism together in one. So a doula is a person, for those of you who don't know, who helps with midwifery and like births. Usually they don't participate in the hospitals. It's more in these like alternative settings. But the doula is like basically like your birthing coach. You know, they're there with you for the whole process, and then they're like holding your hand, you know, next to you while you're giving birth. And so Erykah Badu has become a doula, and so I was thinking, how awesome would that be if Erykah Badu is your doula? You know, like you're there and your water breaks, and Erykah Badu's like, you better call 911. know, to be there and be your doula, you know? And for me, obviously, I was like, oh, like Rihanna would be cool, you know, because she'd be like, nah, 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 come on, come on. Birth in the air, I don't care, I love the smell of it. Contractions may break your bones, but giving life's exciting. Nah, 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 come on, right? Okay, so I got one more. So the other one I was thinking was Madonna. This one's a little grosser, and I was like, what if Madonna was there when you were giving birth, you know, and she could be like, open your legs for me, baby, I'll help you birth and have that baby. I always wanted to be a pop star, you guys. Thanks for fulfilling that dream for me. But Madonna, like, I was a huge Madonna fan when I was younger. I mean, I'm a late 70s baby, so I like rode the 80s hard, you know, like I came up on all that stuff. And Madonna's new recent album was called MDMA. Are you guys aware of that? Which I don't know if you know is a play on drugs, ecstasy. She's just trying to keep up with the kids, which I find offensive because she was a huge role model, you know, and I really thought Madonna was going to be someone to like age gracefully, but instead she just looks like her own wax statue. You know, she's really not embracing it, and I'm thinking, so Madonna's like trying to sell herself to the kids like a drug. So if you just listen to this album over and over again, I'm thinking you're just gonna like grow cone-shaped breasts and have an unnatural attraction to younger men? Is that what's gonna happen here? So you should listen to it, let me know, get back to me. Thanks so much, you guys. You've been great.